Alexander Isak is facing a lengthy absence with a fractured leg. As you know, he was caught by Mickey van der Ven as he scored the opener against Spurs on Saturday. Arne Slot was not happy with van der Ven's challenge.
Yeah, this was, for me, a reckless challenge. So I think I've said a lot about the tackle of Xavi Simons, which for me was completely unintentional. I don't think you will ever get an injury out of a tackle like that, the tackle of Van der Ven. If you make that tackle 10 times, I think 10 times there's a serious chance that the player gets a serious injury.
Stevie, what do you think of what Slot's saying there?
I don't agree with him, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a last-ditch tackle. We've seen it hundreds, thousands of times. And occasionally, somebody comes out on the wrong side. I mean, that's just what it is, and we can't start talking about, well, because of the outcome, then you have to start suspending people or fining people or whatever it is.
You were saying that to Frank?
Well, I heard Frank talking about it the other day, and I just disagreed. I don't think you can't start refereeing games afterwards on the outcome. If it's a terrible challenge, then retrospectively, then the FA can look at it anyway. But this challenge for me, I think we've seen it 100 times, and unfortunately, 99 times it's okay. Everybody gets up and we get on with the game, and occasionally, that one time, somebody gets injured, and unfortunately for Isak, it was him, and unfortunately, it is a bad injury.
So it's not how Slot feels, and I know it's not how you feel, Frank. You still feel so firmly on this situation?
I never said it was a reckless tackle. I said it was a desperate tackle, and I agree with Stevie. We saw that so many times, and what I only said, and that's to express what I want. I'm pretty sure that had Isak didn't score that goal, the VAR would have seen the tackle and would have given a penalty and a red card to Van der Ven. So it says a lot about the tackle. But do you really think the guy's going out? The guy's going out. It doesn't score. It doesn't touch. Van der Ven doesn't touch the ball. I can bet on you that there would have been a red card with the VAR. But again, what I want to go. My comment last time was more about a player.
The VAR saw it. We had VAR, and VAR would look at it anyway to see if it's a red card, and said nothing. And there wasn't a player on the field who was hands in the air, crying and screaming and running at the referee and all the things that would happen if it's such an egregious challenge.
Because there was a goal. Because there was a goal. Stevie, because there was a goal. He would have missed the goal. I can tell you it would have been another story. But again, you have the right to try everything. I was a defender. I tried desperate tackles and everything. And Stevie, I know you did because you were a defender too. It happened to us. I'm not punishing the tackle. I'm punishing the result of that tackle and desperate tackle. Somebody got injured, got a broken leg. He's not going to play for like 2, 3, 4 months. Maybe he would never go back to his best. There are consequences because of that tackle. And that's what I want to punish. I have nothing against Van der Ven. He's a fantastic player. I love him. But he tried something, missed it. Therefore, he has to be punished because of the result of his tackle.
Who do you agree with, Shaka?
That's the only thing I say.
I'm with Stevie on this one. I didn't think it was a foul. To Frank's point, I think even if Isak misses a target, I'm not sure it goes any further than a goal kick in this instance. And to Frank's point, because I was discussing yesterday, I broke my leg. Well, not similarly, obviously not kicking a shot, but I broke my leg. I broke my fibula after a challenge from Dean Saunders, which I didn't think was a foul then, and I still don't think was a foul now. And the result was every bit the same. I think it's one of those things that happens in high intensity games, in physical games. That's a part of the game. That's a risk that every player kind of accepts when they step onto the park. I saw nothing wrong from Van der Ven, and this is just one of those things that we know can happen. We all hope it never does, but we know it can, and when it does, well, I'll speak for myself here, when it happened to me, you just take it as part of the game and move on.
What continues to be the reaction on the ground in the UK, Jules?
I think it's quite divided, a bit like for us on our show. I think there are people who sympathise with Slot, Liverpool, and Isak in the sense that Van de Ven just catches the ankle and the leg so badly, really. And there's a few. I heard a few people saying, could he have tackled the ball or tried to go for the block instead of going for the leg like he does? And he was arriving really, really fast too, by the way, and he was late. There's also people who say, like Stevie and Xhaka, that those tackles happen all the time, and we don't really see this breaking leg injury that often if you think about it. So I can see really the divide. It'd be very interesting to see if VAR did look at it, and we will have our friend Howard Webb soon doing his favorite TV show to explain why calls were made, etc. Let's see if he addresses it or not. I'd be interesting to see from a referee point of view, from a VAR point of view, what they saw and what they made of the tackle if they were a bit divided like us, for example.
Yeah, I think Howard Webb is Craig Burley's best friend right now. Craig's had a fair few things to say recently about him on the show. Arne Slot was also asked about Milos Kerkez.
The left back position is basically the only position where you have two men available, and Milos played 3 league games for 90 minutes recently, and he had cramps and knocks, difficulty in his life. So do you consider him as a starter, or maybe you can give some rest to him?
I rested him during the week against Inter Milan, so he started indeed 3 times in the league, but against Inter Milan, Robertson started, and indeed I also see that even when I rest him during the week, he struggles to find the end of the game, and which is not a surprise to me, but it's indeed what's happening.
He struggles to get the end of the game. What's he doing? Is he on a treadmill every day for 24 hours? I mean, come on. We've been playing for 4 months. He's been rested, by the way, on many occasions. No. I mean, come on. You can't kid the kidder. You just don't want to say that he's playing badly. That's all it is. You're trying to protect him, I'm guessing, because there's nothing else in that makes any sense. I mean, seriously, 4 months into the season, somebody's getting cramp all the time and they can't finish the game. If you can't, he's in the wrong job then. I mean, basically, how's he going to get through the Christmas period and then the business end of the season after January? Oh my goodness, he's going to have a lie down.
Isn't it in rugby that they only play 80 minutes? Maybe he should have gotten to rugby.
He should be, yeah. Well, right now his hands are probably going to be better than his feet, but
Oh boy.
no. The only thing I can think of is, rather than say he's not playing well, is he's having cramps and I'm resting him. That's the only thing you can say. Seriously.
We're just taking a look at his game log here. So you're not seeing any signs of improvement?
1, 2. He's played 4 games and 4 full games in 2 months, and he's getting cramp.
And 85 minutes against West Ham.
I mean, seriously.
85 minutes is thereabouts. 5 games.
You know, see, because he doesn't play enough. It's because he doesn't play enough. He's not fit. It's why.
Jules, where are you on this?
Obviously.
Well, I think Milos Kerkez is 42 years old, so that's why he's... Oh, hang on. He's 22 years old, and last season he played for one of the most intense teams at Bournemouth. All he did at Bournemouth was running up and down his left-hand side. This Liverpool team doesn't play with the same intensity that he had last season. Last season he had a game per week. As we've just seen on the schedule, he's been playing a game a week because he's been rested in the Champions League as well. What's going on? I just don't understand. And we don't know obviously what happened in pre-season and at the start, but how can Liverpool as a football club and as a technical staff, fitness coach, fitness staff, performance analysis, everything you want, how can they not get him fit enough to play 90 minutes without struggling at the end of having cramps? There's clearly something going on that we don't understand.
Yeah, but the thing, if I may, Stevie, I have a question. Stevie, I have a question.
Yep.
If you ask a bad question when you're a journalist in a press conference at Liverpool, are you not invited anymore? Because, you know, when he say that kind of stupid comments, cannot Can anybody say, why are you saying that? He played only once a week and he's tired. Why are you saying that he has cramps and he played too many games? We have statistics, we see that. So find another excuse. They cannot say that to Arne Slot. I mean, is that untouchable at Liverpool, that guy? Because they have to stop, overall, managers, they have to stop coaches to say some BS's at the end of the day. Because really, that was the biggest BS's we ever heard.
Because now obviously he's set himself up to have this situation revisited and be questioned about the fitness of this player, Xhaka.
Every single time, regardless of... We are in a position now where whether he plays 90 minutes, you're going to question, can he play 90 minutes next week? If he doesn't play 90 minutes, is it because he's simply not fit enough? I think while trying to defend Kirkaz, he's just opened up opportunities to be further questioned and Kirkaz be albeit further criticised. Now, to Stevie's point, I think it's a pretty simple exercise. You take a step up, you play with Liverpool now, and things are a little bit tougher. That's all that. I mean, how you spin that on a slot, that's up to you. But I think in trying to defend him, in trying to spin it, he's just made opportunities for journalists to ask far more questions going forward than maybe Kirkaz wants or needs to answer.
Yeah, Jules is going to struggle to find the end of the show today. I've heard he's got cramps, so we're going to let him go. That's the only reason.
Well, I do.
4 months into the season.
He's too young.
What's he doing? Running on a treadmill?
He's too young.
The youngest of everyone. Jules, thanks so much for joining us. Frank, you stay right where you are. Our wily veteran. We'll be back on Extra Time answering your questions with Xhaka and Stevie. Check it out every single day on our...
Very, very happy Arsenal fans heading into Christmas. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, I was really happy. Obviously, we are where we wanted to be. It's the second semi-final in 2 years. We played against a team that is very difficult to generate chances. We generate a lot of them. And I think the margin should have been bigger. And when they not after 94, 95 minutes, at this level, any set piece can cost you, and it cost us.
When you talk about the finishing, is it the need to be more relaxed? Is it the need to be more ruthless? What is it?
Well, every action is different. Every player is different. They were very, very composed and relaxed in the penalties. Probably we needed that efficiency to put 2 or 3 goals at least today in the manner that we attack and generate the chances. But overall, very happy.
Yeah, when you come through as well, when it goes the distance like that, is there a degree of sort of satisfaction you take from that very fact you've had to push yourselves to the limit?
Absolutely, and we make 8 changes today. And when that happens, the team can lose certain chemistry, rhythm, understanding, and it didn't. And I'm very pleased with that because it gives you a lot of comfort and confidence to trust the boys, and we have some big individual performance as well.
And what about Kepa? 3 years ago in this competition, he was the only one to miss when it went to a penalty shootout in the final. So that must mean a lot to him tonight.
Yes, I'm sure. And if somebody had to help us, I'm very glad that it was him. He's an incredible professional. He's so committed to the team. The way he fulfills his role is excellent, so I'm very happy.
Funny how it comes around, isn't it? A little bit of fate. Maybe.
This is football. Yeah. It's a good. The good things can happen at any moment. Just go for the next one.
And Gabriel Jesus, seeing him back starting, we talked about him before the game. What did you make of his performance?
It's been almost a year. I think it was his 100th appearance today as well for the club. So delighted for him. I think he was very good in the game. We have another player that is going to help us massively. So very happy to have him.
And is that now, when you look at it, you've got so many options in that attacking part of the field now. Are you still looking for the right blend almost?
Yes, but we haven't had the opportunity really because unfortunately in the first few months we had a lot of injuries in that part. But now everything seems to be happening, and we're going to use them. Different qualities, combinations, and everybody has to be ready for it.
5 games before the semi-final, but it's Chelsea.
Yes, and you see the 4 teams that we are in the competition, how tough it's going to be for all of them. Is where we want to be, is the kind of game that we want to play.
And a final word, Martinelli off tonight. I know Hincapié had a knock. What's the latest you can tell us with those 2?
Gavi had to come off. He wasn't feeling comfortable to carry on. And Piero, he picked an injury the day during the Everton game. So let's see.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Leandro Trossard proved to be the perfect antidote to Arsenal's attacking frustrations, following Mikel Arteta's candid remarks about Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres may have struggled to truly impress since his summer arrival at Arsenal, but over the weekend, there was finally a glimpse of what he is capable of. More importantly, Trossard showed exactly why he could be the key to unlocking the Swedish striker's full potential during Arsenal's hard-fought 2-1 victory over Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. The 31-year-old winger injected fresh energy into Mikel Arteta's side on Saturday night and helped breathe new life into the Gunners' attack. Shortly after replacing Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, Arsenal found the breakthrough. While Trossard did not directly contribute to either the opening goal or the dramatic stoppage time winner, his influence on the game was undeniable. Trossard took control of proceedings, dictating the tempo and pulling the strings down the left flank. Time and again, he dismantled Wolves' compact defensive setup, releasing Miles Lewis-Skelly into space, picking out Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and crucially, feeding Gyökeres with intelligent, well-timed passes. Operating as a creative hub, the Belgian showcased his playmaking qualities, delivering sharp, purposeful distribution. His introduction completely shifted the momentum of the match, and for the first time in weeks, Arsenal's $64 million striker briefly looked like a genuine threat. Before Trossard's arrival, Gyökeres endured a frustrating and ineffective outing in attack. In fact, the Belgian was the only player to carve out a clear-cut opportunity for the 27-year-old forward, slipping a simple yet incisive ball in behind the Wolves' backline. Gyökeres controlled the pass, beat his defender, and aimed for the far post. Wolves goalkeeper Sam Johnstone was beaten, but the Swedish striker saw his effort agonizingly drift just wide. If Arteta truly wants to get the best out of Gyökeres, then granting Trossard a more prominent role in the starting 11th could be the solution. Speaking to TNT Sports after the win, the Arsenal manager openly addressed the challenges facing his marquee signing. "It's a collaboration between the two," Arteta explained. "He was in some really good positions, but the ball didn't arrive quickly enough, accurately enough, or with the precision a number 9 needs to score." But his commitment and intention were there, and we have to keep pushing. Arteta was equally vocal in defending Gyökeres prior to the match, urging patience with the striker's adaptation to English football. "There was huge expectation because we were signing a proven goal scorer, probably with the best statistics in Europe," Arteta said. "But he's coming into a different league, the most demanding league in the world. What happens if he doesn't score in 5 or 6 games? That was the only question I asked him. How are you going to react if you don't score in 5 or 6 matches? Can you handle that? And what about the next 100 games? That's what people need to see. The sample size is still very small, so leave him alone. Let him do what he does best. Support him, and I'm convinced things will come good." That message from Arteta resonated beyond the Emirates. In the days following the Wolves' victory, the debate around Gyökeres intensified among pundits, supporters, and former players. While some questioned whether Arsenal's record signing is truly suited to the Premier League's pace and physicality, others pointed to the structural issues around him rather than the striker himself. Much of the post-match analysis focused on Arsenal's chance creation and balance in the final third. The Wolves game highlighted a recurring theme this season. Gyökeres often makes the right movements, but the service into dangerous areas has been inconsistent. When Trossard entered the match, that problem briefly disappeared. Arsenal suddenly looked more fluid, more unpredictable, and far better equipped to supply a traditional number 9. Former players speaking on television and radio were quick to note the contrast. With Trossard drifting inside and linking play, Arsenal's attacking shape became more compact, allowing Gyökeres to stay higher up the pitch and occupy central defenders. That, in turn, created space for midfield runners like Rice and Ødegaard to arrive late in the box. It was a glimpse of an attacking formula that Arsenal have rarely sustained this season. The reaction from supporters has been equally divided. While frustration with Gyökeres' goal return remains, there is growing appreciation for his work rate, physical presence, and willingness to press from the front. Many fans now see Trossard as the missing connector, the player who can translate Gyökeres' movement into genuine scoring opportunities. Internally, Arteta faces an important decision. Persisting with a front line that isolates Gyökeres risks damaging the striker's confidence, especially with tougher fixtures on the horizon. At the same time, promoting Trossard to a regular starting role could mean reshuffling wide positions and reducing Martinelli's minutes, a bold call that would not come without consequences. Yet football at the highest level often comes down to chemistry rather than reputation. The Wolves match suggested that Arsenal's most expensive signing may not need drastic changes to his own game, but rather the right supporting cast around him. If Arteta embraces that idea, Gyökeres's slow start could soon be remembered as nothing more than a difficult adjustment period. For now, the pressure remains. Goals will ultimately define Gyökeres's Arsenal career, and patience in North London is never unlimited. But with Trossard offering clarity, creativity, and calm in possession, Arsenal may finally have found the key to unlocking their striker and turning promise into consistent production.